I think it's tough because like I don't know anything about like the online dating scene. It's just not for that's like not for me. So like, but I think today one of the biggest issues is that we've never dated this much. I mean, like in terms of like a time, like people have never dated this much. Like people will go out on 20 dates in a month. I mean, 10 dates in a month, 5 dates in a month. And I'm talking about with different people.
Mm-hmm.
People are literally on websites, on social media, swiping as if they're buying clothes, looking through people like that. And so I think because of that, it sort of devalued the whole process of actually getting to know people. And also not only getting to know people, because getting to know people is just knowing facts, but getting connection with people. Like people have totally microwaved that step and stepped beyond it and stepped outside of it. And as a result, I think that's why the dating scene, people say, you know, like there's so much tension between men and women who are saying, you know, men are saying there's no good women out there and women are saying there's no good men out there. And I'm looking like, no, I know good men and I know good women. And so like, I'm just trying to figure out what is the disconnect. It's like it's got
two things to me. It's two things. One of those things is, and for all my very handsome and my very pretty women, people that are considered attractive have short attention spans. You won't mess with them too long if it's like, oh no, you did something wrong and I'm out of there, because they got options. And number two, people are afraid to let the wall down for someone to actually get in to see who they really are. And I want, on the dating site, I can give you all of this and I can go out with you and everybody want to do what? Hookah? What is the hookah? Go get drinks? You know, that basic stuff, right? And so it's interesting because I have two of my clients. They did the what you just said, a bunch of dates. Well, one of them, she's a Caucasian lady. She said, look, I'm ready to meet my husband. I want to have babies before I'm 35. And she got very intentional. She got so intentional. She went on several dating sites. She went on 71 dates, not necessarily all like full-fledged dates. Yes, not full-fledged dates, but one of my other clients was her boss. And she asked her, can I extend my lunch to 90 minutes? So she did some meet and greets 71 times. On the 72nd time, she met the guy that she would marry, and she had her babies by the time she was 35. He was not her ideal as far as the way they looked, but she was going by, you know what? Let me see who treats me right. Let me see, you know, get beyond just the physical. The physical is important. Well, another one of my clients, actually getting ready to go to her wedding, she went on 32 days in 32 days in a very short amount of time. But she's been with the same man for 18 months and they're getting married. So, but this is not for everybody. That was for the person, people that was like, look, honey, I have a goal in mind. Because here's the thing. We take control of every area of our life, but we do not take control of our love life. We will be very specific and intentional about the car we want to drive, the house we want to live in, the college we want to go to, when we want to have kids. But when it comes to love, we kind of just leave that up to, well, maybe, you know, God sends me somebody. Well, hell, did he send you the car you driving or did you go get it?
Right.
Did he send you the house or did you go drive the neighborhood and said, this is what I like, and so this is what I'm going to get? You and consult God on that. But when it comes to matters of the heart, everybody want to be sitting around waiting. And ladies, get your behinds out the house. Nobody's coming to save you. They don't deliver men by UPS. And now the UPS and FedEx man be looking cute when they be dropping them packages off. But unless it's going to be him, to get a life. And a lot of women, they're not meeting people in a normal way because kids, school, church, home. Kids, school, church, home. They have no life. So what happens is you don't need nobody. You don't have nothing that you're doing. So what better way to meet people than get a hobby and you find people in that network of people that you like doing stuff with, and you meet somebody. But you can't be online swiping left and swiping right, and then you mad because they ain't turn out. Look,
Yeah.
it's a lot of my clients are getting married, and even during COVID, and they met their most of them met their mates online. My godmom, who lived around the corner, she met her husband on Plenty of Fish. One of my best friends met her husband on OkCupid. My cousin met his wife on Black People Meet. Everybody's still married, so it's a platform, but you don't stay on the platform.
Yeah.
So you can meet people.
Yeah. Not for me personally, but yeah, I understand. Because the other thing I'll add to that is just giving women some advice that I think all men would give advice is learn how to be friendly. Because like, you know, it's funny, like I'm a nice person, like I speak to everybody. And I've met somebody out, like maybe let's say we're in the line, like to get food, and I'm like, oh no, you can go for it. And then like I've met somebody, literally met them out, and they were so unfriendly. And then like let's say for instance, like, you know, I'm at an event, and they'll be like, hey, how you doing? Like, I'm like, I met you before. You were mean as hell.
You ain't the same person. You
were mean as hell. So I would definitely give that advice, because a lot of people have that sign on their forehead, like, fuck off.
Yeah, my daughter calls it the resting bitch face. That's what my daughter calls it.
So like that, I think that, like, I always tell like all the kids I mentor, like when they're frustrated and they don't know what to do, I always tell them the first thing you need to do is change your body language.
Yeah.
And I think like that's so important, like changing your body language, because like I think a lot of times, because sometimes men could be disrespectful, women condition themselves to just say, get away to everybody.
Right.
So, and that's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to repel everybody.
Right. And I see a lot of the women asking me, say, well, where do you meet men other than online? Before I tell you something, I did write a list of 5 things to help women be more feminine, because I like to give action.
And if you can go into that list, because I think we have like 5 more minutes.
Okay.
Because you know the live on IG shuts down after an hour. So I'll let you go ahead and go into that list. The list of how do you become more feminine for the purposes of attracting more masculine men. And when I say more masculine men, the type of masculine men you want.
Yes. So before I answer your question about that, please, there is a disclaimer. Now, I have a course called 50 Great Places to Meet Men. It's on aprilondemand.com. But even though I give you these places where you can go meet men, if you do not carry the feminine energy with you, ain't nothing gonna work for you. So I can give you all the great places to meet men, and my places are very unusual places. But if you're not gonna do, the other pieces, you'll be like, Miss April, I did do that, and nobody said nothing to me. Well, were you friendly? So there's a prerequisite. So number 1 is surrender and stop needing to take charge and control of everything and everyone around you. Be okay with letting go. Number 2, be aware, be present, and in the moment. Get out of always, like if you're sitting there on a date with somebody and you just got to be fidgeted, or if you're out and you can't just sit at the park, you got to pick your phone up and you got to be just doing something. Learn how to live in the moment. Stop overthinking. Get out of your head and into your heart. The day of being unbothered is over. It's okay to be bothered. You respond to that, but you don't react to it. It's okay to be bothered. But this whole unbothered, cancel, I'm done with it, I don't take time to grieve culture is killing you. Number 4, be vulnerable and ask for help and believe you are deserving of help. Miss April, every time I ask people for help, they don't do it because you don't believe you're deserving of help. Okay. Right. And number 5 would be to slow down. Why are you walking so fast? Why are you moving so rapidly? Why are you in such a hurry?
I just want to get to know you.
Hey. So I say that last one because this is the assignment from Miss April for y'all. The next time you go into the grocery store, tune in to number, to number 2 and be aware. And look how fast you're walking. Look how fast you're pushing the buggy. And then number 2 to that, ask yourself, why am I in such a hurry? If the kids are okay, if you ain't got no kids, you don't have nowhere to go, there's nobody waiting on you, why am I in such a hurry? And then I'll add this last one. If the bagger at the store asks you, ma'am, do you need me to carry your groceries? Say yes. I don't care if it's this box. Because what that does is it allows you to put yourself in a position to receive help. Every time the little homeless man asks me, can he pump my gas for a couple dollars? I said, sure. The little man at Publix, miss, would you like me to carry your groceries? It could be one little bag of cantaloupe. Yes, please. And I'll let him carry my groceries. So those are just some things that you can pay attention to get on the journey of tuning more into your feminine energy.
Yeah, and I would say, like, if I saw like a woman like I was physically attracted to, and I saw her allowing the guy to come outside to help her with her groceries, I would probably be more in tune to walk over there and say, hey, young sir, you can go back in, I'll help with the groceries.
Yeah. Oh, see, and that would have been cute. And if it was me, I would have said, you heard the man, you heard the gentleman. Go ahead now. But I'm a natural flirt like that, so I don't know.
Yeah, and what I'll do is I'll leave you guys with some advice, some big brother advice. What's really important is to understand that when you're meeting a man, both of you may have your walls up. So it may take a little bit longer. So it's not going to be a microwave. It's going to be a marination in the oven. Okay.
You know what to do? But to stop you at that point,
let me finish.
Okay,
please.
my bad.
But understand this: no matter what happens, we always meet somebody who's crazy about us, right?
Yes.
Everybody got one person who is crazy about them. But the only thing is, like, in many cases, you're not crazy about them, so it doesn't work. But what I will say is that's when you know it's right. When they're crazy about you and you are crazy about them.